What's up, y'all? I want to talk to you today about my story and how I scaled from 20K per month all the way up to 138K per month in less than 5 months, no less. This was back in 2021. The first half of 21 was a struggle to say the least. I mean, our appointment setting manager, inside sales manager quit. He just didn't show up to work one day and just disappeared off the face of the earth, never to be heard from again. I still don't know what happened to him. And then we let go of all of our setters because they just weren't good enough. And I didn't create enough of a standard or a bar as a leader in the organization to for the quality, the lead quality that we're looking to produce. Because, well, how are you looking to differentiate ourselves was on the quality of the leads. Now, if you want to know the actual strategies as part of this, stick to the end of this. So Q2 of 2021, we decided to shift from hiring mostly out of the Philippines to South Africa, and that was huge. The quality of the sales talent that we were able to hire in South Africa was unbelievable. The youth unemployment rate is over 50%, and the general unemployment rate is 32%. It was 32% at that time. It's likely gotten a bit worse as the country's infrastructure situation continues to deteriorate. If you're not aware, I mean, they're struggling with rolling blackouts about to 6 hours a day. 6 hours a day, actually, on average. Some places it's more than 6 hours a day. And so that makes it very difficult to actually hire and recruit there now. But in 2021, it wasn't as much of a problem. It was maybe 2 hours a day that it was an obstacle back then. And instantly, as we were able to hire better talent, as our results were able to improve, because the creativity of the reps and who it is that we were able to hire. And to be fair, we got super lucky with the last person that we hired out of the Philippines at that point was a total superstar. Janelle, shout out if you're watching this. He was a key part of our team and what we were to build over the subsequent 2 years. And the offer that we were selling at the time, it was a terrible offer. Like it was like we were competing on price. And the truth is that I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe in what we were doing. I didn't believe in what I was pitching. And so I wanted to offer at the lowest price because I figured that, the lower the price, the more customers that we were able to get. But what ended up happening is that we were just getting the wrong kind of clients. So despite the fact that we were offering a low price, the quality of the clients that we were getting just wasn't good. And eventually I just got tired of this because I was busting my ass for like 20K. I was wearing all the hats in the business, putting out the flyers with clients, you name it, I had to do it. And my business partner and I at the time were constrained because he was going through eye issues. Like he couldn't, like we were worried about that he might not even be able to see. And so it was up to me to carry the load for a very long time in our real estate division specifically. And at the end of Q2, I had been talking to my partner like, hey, we need to launch an offer for sellers. We need to launch an offer for sellers because at the time what we were using was our lead source was from Meta. And so all of our partners were asking for a seller or a listing product. And this is what the market had been wanting. They just wanted listings. Because if you recall, this was the hottest real estate market in history. The exception of maybe pre-2008, but even then, they weren't having, for example, in Austin, Miami, it was very common to see 60 people bidding on a property. And so what that meant for our clients is that if you were working with buyers, there was maybe a 2 to 5% chance that the offer would be accepted. And if we were great at writing offers, maybe a 10 to 20% chance. But that was insane. Like it was crazy. And so all the entire market has just been asking us for listings, listings, and listings. And I knew that generally the listing agent, even without this market, generally has the power in the transaction. They have the leverage because they're the one with the asset. They're the one with that holds the asset that the buyer wants to purchase. And because of that, owning the listing also produces buyer leads. So it's a very enviable position to corner the market, corner the local market for listings, and having the strongest marketing strategy to go after listings. So after working with about a month with my partner, we figured out, okay, how can we launch a listing? How can we launch a listing product? How can we launch a listing service? And we timed the market really well. Not quite perfectly, but almost perfectly. And because the offer that we had was both what the market was asking for and our positioning of it, of selling quality listing leads and building a process around delivering quality listing leads, we were able to 20x the price that we were selling for the setup. And I've been selling like $250 setups, and then largely performance-based offers because again, that's what the market wanted. And again, we were doing it based on performance. We were doing a large setup up front and then back end per show, per qualified lead. And so this is what we were able to accomplish. I mean, 50% of the leads that we were sending our customers were coming back to us and saying was qualified. So not to mention that, but we also solved the challenge of positioning. We solved the positioning. We knew how to sell it to the realtors and then what angles to use. And a lot of it was looking at market data from Zillow as well. But by just getting the offer, the angles, and the positioning right, in addition to the community that we had built of realtors, we were getting 80% show up rates on our 77%. So I'm rounding up, but 77% show up rates on our sales calls, just the discovery. That's insane. That means that out of every 5 that we booked, 4 of them would show up to the call. It was nuts. And then 1 of them would buy. 1 of them would become a client, which was just insane. And so the latter half of 21 we'd been building this out. We've been building out, we launched the beta in July. And then I'd completely removed myself from selling in January of 2022. So I was no longer required to sell. And that's when we hit our best month, ironically, was 138K in sales. In just 5 months. 5 months earlier, we were only doing 20K. We scaled that up to 138K. Now, I talked like 10,000 foot view on this as far as the actual implementation of it and getting a little granular on this. Look on the top left of this video if you want the full breakdown, exactly where I go into much greater detail in terms of breaking this down. I also break out a $20 million funnel, $20 million per year funnel, using these same mechanisms that we used to get up to that 138K per revenue mark. Don't book a call with me until you watch the full training of exactly how I did this. I don't want you to show up to the call and then have to spend both of our time explaining it when I've already explained it in the previous video. And then we can put together your 6 months to 100K per month profit roadmap and implementation plan. Okay? So anyways, watch the video, link in the description, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.